Hi, welcome back to Tony in London, and today we're talking about returning to London and the reasons why I did. And just mentioned my previous video spoke about real problem with lack of opportunities down here financially, employment wise, in the long term. I think the short term it was pretty okay, but long term very much a lack of career prospects, and I knew that there'd be more opportunity in London itself, so that's pretty much why I went back. And the rising prices here as well, if you're renting or buying, becoming more and more expensive, and the market for looking for a property was becoming more and more difficult, to be honest. Much that I love it here, as you can see from the footage. And I think one point as well about Brighton and even Hove and a lot of down on the UK coast is a lack of funding by local government or government. Brighton's an absolutely stunning piece of Victorian history, Georgian, but it really is crumbling. It's a lot of the beautiful grade 2 unique features of this place are literally falling apart. People might not like me saying that, but it's true. It could be so great, but it needs money reinvested in it, and it also needs the will, and I think it might be a lot of local government bureaucracy with this place, because there's so much simple stuff you could get sorted out. The railings are disintegrating, the pavements are pretty messed up, and so are the roads, so I think there's need to change their priorities somewhat. So moving back from Hove in Brighton, more tricky than you think. When I was away, prices had gone back up in London, both renting and buying, and supply was very thin on the ground. In fact, when I went to look at a few places, only about 2 or 3 suitable properties to look at, and everything was going really quick, even though the market slowed down now, so that was really tricky. Also, London became a lot more busy than it used to be, a lot more people, a lot more traffic, hell of a lot more traffic. So that's something to get used to again. You do get used to a slightly quieter lifestyle. And yeah, overall busier, but at the same time good to be back for various reasons. So moving back took some time, over a week on the internet, looking at properties to rent or buy in London, and also the fact that you're travelling up and down from the coast to do viewings, negotiate, etc. It takes its toll, so when you move out you don't realise it's quite a thing to move back. And looking for work could be a problem for many people, I feel, and you have to make sure you make the right career move. Luckily for myself, I'm freelance, so I can control what I do, but it can be a very lengthy process with several interviews these days, so do consider that, whether you can transfer from a job on the coast back to London or similar industry, but it's a tricky one. So I think you need to be careful when you move out of London, and consider it very much so before you do. I did for a long time, and I still say I got it slightly wrong, but sometimes you just have to do things to understand what's going on, you know, in your life. You know, you just have to make that step and that leap, you know, so it's never a bad thing, and doesn't mean that I might move somewhere else again, but I think for now it's London, and maybe we'll be looking at some different places in London to move to in future, so let's see what happens. Okay.